Are you craving a trip on Space Mountain? Well, we've got the next best thing. Welcome to Disney Coast to Coast.
Hey folks, and welcome to Disney Coast to Coast, the ultimate unofficial Disney fan podcast. I'm Jeff DePaoli.
And I'm Patrick Dougal.
And Patrick Dougal. We are so close to the holidays.
And the end of the year.
And the end of the year. I can smell it. I can taste it. It's delicious.
What does it taste like?
It's delicious and terrifying all at the same time. Another year's gone, man.
Yeah.
That's insane. But holidays are fun. A lot of people travel. I'll be going home. You'll be going home. Everybody's seeing family. Mm-hmm. That's a good thing. But, of course, there's always so much to do in the theme parks around the holidays. We've been talking a lot about stuff going on at Walt Disney World, but not so much about stuff going on in our own backyard. So we got to start with what I think is the greatest addition to the holidays at Disneyland Resort this year, which you still haven't seen yet, from what I understand. World of Color Season of Light. This show, first of all, I can't, explanation, please, to the people. You owe an explanation to the people why you have not seen World of Color Season of Light. You've probably been to the park, 8 times since it's opened?
3.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Or 4.
I don't believe that either.
It's 4.
Okay, not a priority, or what's the deal?
I haven't seen it yet.
I understand you haven't seen it. The reason you haven't seen it is because you weren't at the parks late, or...
Yeah.
What? Okay.
I like to go to bed. I have things to do.
Okay, he likes to sleep. Well, you missed... Honestly, one of the greatest things.
Also, it's become one of those things where, because in winter it gets dark really early. Mm-hmm. So, it gets dark at 5, and I'm like, oh, it's dark, I gotta go.
No, but the good thing about that is that all Paint the Night. I think the first one's at 6:30.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is fantastic.
But it feels
you feel
so
like
late.
It's 10:30. Absolutely.
So that's why I'm like, oh, I gotta go. It's real late. So then I leave.
Do you forget to check your watch, or?
No, I just how I feel.
Okay.
It's like, ooh, it feels late. Gotta go.
Somebody's an old man already, and his name is Patrick. But no, World of Color Season of Light is fantastic. You mentioned you did see some of it on social media. Mm-hmm. So what have you seen? What were your impressions of what you saw?
I saw 10 seconds in a 10-second Instagram video.
That's it?
Of World of Color going crazy to Viva Navidad.
To Feliz Navidad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me tell you what you missed, all right? First of all, the whole Mickey projection thing on the Fun Wheel that was created for Celebrate, I believe that was the first time we saw that, right? Is being used in Season of Light sometimes. I saw it once with it, once without it, and I have a friend who's seen it twice and didn't believe me when I said they actually had those Mickey projections. And then he had me doubting myself, and then I saw a video, and I was like, no, it was definitely there. It's often broken, from what it seems like.
Good to know.
But they are there sometimes. This show starts so big, it's crazy. There's no warm up, music gets louder. It's just it just starts exploding from the beginning. Christmas, exactly. Christmas blast everywhere. All the fountains start aiming toward the center together, and basically looks like the water's battling each other, and it's just
World of Color Jingle Bam.
Yeah, okay. Between the new shows this year, World of Color Season of Light kicks Jingle Bam's butt. It is fantastic. It's honestly the best World of Color I've ever seen. Never thought World of Color could get any better than the original. Not because I think the original is phenomenal, but because it's I've seen what the show can do. This one went above and beyond. It's so great. I'm so sad you haven't seen it. There's there's footage from stuff like Mickey's Christmas Carol, which is so great because there's a lot of rare footage in there. Everything's in there. Hercules is in there.
Yeah, I heard some Hunchback is in there.
Esmeralda is in there.
Nothing says Christmas like Esmeralda.
No, but here's the thing, because they do use a lot of Disney clips which aren't inherently Christmas, but the way they pair it with the music works so well. They do Baby It's Cold Outside. It's Michael Bublé, and I think, unfortunately, Idina Menzel. I think it's her voice. But they have all the different princes and princess pairs together dancing, which works beautifully. You have Lady and the Tramp as a Christmas gift from the beginning of the film, which is so beautiful. We have clips of Tarzan and his mother, and not his mother, but ape mother. great stuff. Like there's this whole family section. So we get the Tarzan stuff, Finding Nemo stuff, Pinocchio stuff, Inside Out stuff, Bambi stuff, Toy Story 3, The Good Dinosaur, Mulan, Zootopia, Hercules, Dumbo, and more.
And more.
And that's all during Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Did you hear that list of films?
Yeah.
That's...
And more.
And more. Like, that's a lot of stuff. There's a whole Lilo and Stitch Hawaiian, Melakalikimaka is the thing to say, that whole thing. Great Feliz Navidad with the Three Caballeros, of course. Now, Straight No Chaser, I think it's Straight No Chaser, does their a cappella version of the Nutcracker, and they focus on the Fantasia stuff, which is perfect because Nutcracker's in Fantasia. Now, you haven't seen any of the Goofy section? Because this is what everybody's talking about.
No.
Oh my goodness. Goofy?
There's a Goofy section.
There's a Goofy section where he's stringing lights on the house, and he basically electrocutes himself. And this is the section of the show where it's just like, wow, holy moly, this is amazing, because the lights they use all the lights on California Screamin'. It's so well done. It's done to like Trans-Siberian Orchestra music. The pyro, of course, is used for this section. It just goes ballistic. And then right after it goes ballistic, you have Elvis singing Blue Christmas, and guess who comes out?
Stitch.
Nope. I'll have a blue Christmas without you.
Frozen.
Nope.
Stitch.
Sadness.
Blue and Elvis.
No, but blue, like sad. Sadness comes out, and she's like weeping.
It would have made more sense with Stitch.
No, the song's about being sad at Christmas because you're alone.
Yeah, but Stitch is Elvis and
But
Blue.
they already had their Melakalikimaka section.
Well.
Melakalikimaka. Say that 3 times fast. Melakalikimaka.
Meh. I said it's so fast.
So fast.
So fast that it's just like all blurred together.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That was really good.
I can do the alphabet too.
Let's hear it. Wow. That was the whole alphabet?
Whole alphabet.
I believe you, except I didn't hear a Z.
It's at the end.
At the end?
Rewind. You'll hear it.
Okay. Good luck with that.
Take it down. Slow it. Slow the entire 1 second down.
Uh-huh.
You'll hear
It
everything.
was like, Z.
Yeah, you'll hear everything.
I can't do it as well, though, because you hear my Z. It's too obvious. Z.
You tried. Anyway,
Melakalikimaka.
sadness came.
Sadness came, which is awesome. And then Esmeralda and Pocahontas. And now, there's this... Do you remember last year during Winter Dreams, they had those snowflakes that floated up?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a cool... to be honest, I hated it during Winter Dreams. What were your opinions of it during Winter Dreams?
It didn't really work.
Okay, that's how I felt during Winter Dreams. So if you don't know what we're talking about, basically it's a reversal.
Bubble.
It's a reversal of snow. So snow bubbles, they shoot all these little foam bubbles that fall to the ground. These make large shapes out of suds that float up in the air. And they had giant snowflake shapes that were doing that during Winter Dreams. I didn't care for it. There's part of it, it just seemed a little cheesy. It was a little bit like, oh, we have this new technology we want to try. Let's just throw it in here, even though it doesn't make much sense. Now they use them to perfection. They use it. There's this whole Let There Be Peace on Earth section. And so instead of snowflakes, they have giant hearts. And all of a sudden, during this beautiful rendition of Let There Be Peace on Earth, these hearts start floating up in the air. And I could be wrong. I don't know. But I feel like there's probably double the amount that they had last year. So last year I felt like it was a little bit it was too small of a scale to be in such a big show. Now there's just so many of them, and I don't know if they have more cannons or if they're shooting off more often or if it's just all in my head. I don't know, but it works beautifully during Let There Be Peace on Earth. And it's why they don't use this during a normal Tangled section and use them as lanterns is beyond me, because it would be so perfect as the Tangled lanterns.
So perfect.
That's right. And after Let There Be Peace on Earth, it ends in this huge musical light water moment that is so big, and then all of the lights around.
That is World of Color, lights and water.
No, but it's massive. It's just, it really gives you chills. loved this section of the show. And then all the lights turn up all around, like that happens at the end of shows. And, World of Color always has a little bit of, like, the exit music presentation. So people start leaving. Guess what? It ain't over. It ain't over. There's 2 more songs. And it's not, like, little fountain stuff going on. This is, like, full-on still show. So, and, of course, it ends with Joy to the World. And it's just joy from inside out, like, bouncing around everywhere. Which is really fun. I can't say enough good things about World of Color Season of Light, which you haven't seen. And
it's also like cold out, and I don't do cold stuff.
Oh, come on. It's not that cold. Buy a jacket. We're in Southern California. Everybody in New York, in the Northeast, and just North in general, are yelling at you right now.
Well, they live there. It's not my fault.
Orlando boy. It's not that cold.
It's real cold.
It's so good. You have to beat the cold and go see it.
Eventually.
Not an option anymore. If you wait till next year, you're a fool. You're a fool. Anyway, let's talk about something you did do.
Everything else.
Viva Navidad.
Yeah.
Yes. So Viva Navidad, this was my first year experiencing this. You've experienced it in the past. Was it any different?
Well, the show section is the same. Mickey and Minnie come out. 3 caballeros. They have those like huge piñata Santas.
Those scare me.
Those are awesome.
Those scare me. They are basically giant puppets.
Yeah.
That
it's like Mrs. Claus.
they roll around kind of on Segway-ish type of things. And yeah, it's like a Mrs. Claus and a St. Nicholas. And you're right. It's designed kind of like a papier-mâché piñata type of style. But they're terrifying.
They're great.
No, they really scare me quite a bit. And here's the craziest thing. They start coming out of nowhere. Like, so there's the gate that the parade / show comes out of. And you think, okay, everything's going to be coming from this area. And then all of a sudden you start seeing stuff coming from like all these different directions, including the performers and these massive puppets. And you're just like, where did that one come from? Like, it's terrifying.
It's great.
But fun. I really like Viva Navidad. It was my first time. I can't say that it's necessarily like my thing. I'm not really into mariachi music, but it does start with that song I love. With Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time. I love that song. It's not used enough. So I was thrilled that it started with that.
Yeah, and then the newest thing this year is, of course, the Elena of Avalor.
Yeah, which is part of the... Now, is that a Christmas show technically? I know it's part of the whole festival.
It's part of the whole festival of the holidays, so right now, yes.
Do you think it'll stay beyond that?
I think so.
I didn't care for that, personally.
I loved it.
Oh, goodness.
Oh.
Please explain. I'd love to know what you loved about this.
It's just so fun. But I didn't expect the full float to come out, first of all. So.
Did you like the music?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, maybe I have a biased opinion because the show I saw, I knew the Elena. But
what do you mean you knew the Elena?
I knew Elena, like, personally.
Okay,
Elena.
you're friends with Elena.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, like, I only saw the show once, so, like, of course I loved it. But, yeah, it's fun. I didn't expect, like, I thought it was going to be, like, a one song come and, like, done, but she does, like, 3 different songs. And it is a Christmas show because she does a Christmas song. She's like, this is how I celebrate Navidad.
I was asleep at that point.
Wow.
Because it was dark out. No, that's not true. Yeah, no, it wasn't my thing. It was definitely bigger than I expected it to be. But the thing I gotta say about Viva Navidad that is shame on every other parade in the park, holy moly high energy. Like, these performers are rocking it. And I guess, like, they don't have a whole parade route to do. But my goodness, the energy coming from all of those performers was just through the roof. Even Elena of Avalor, the dancers and stuff, were rocking it. So much more enjoyable than I expected. So.
And then now, during the garden grill area, there's also you have the meet and greets that are still there for like Mickey, Minnie, Pluto, 3 caballeros. But now you can meet Elena over there as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the Elena thing will stick around. That's my guess. Maybe they'll just cut out her Christmas song, maybe add a new one. But my favorite part of this is the floats and the way that they move.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
that's what I flipped out
Dude.
too. It just started
Okay.
like spinning, and I was like, wait.
Yeah, so I figured if anybody knew this, you would. I don't know if these floats like normally do this backstage, and that's how they get them around, like normal parade floats.
I don't think normal, just like that one specifically.
These two floats, the Elena one and the Viva Navidad one, come out, like spin around, circle, because they have to go in and out the same way. It's crazy. Like these floats essentially dance. They're floating.
Yeah.
I literally, as like a production nerd, I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. But then I had the thought, I'm like, oh my God, maybe they all do this. We just don't see it because in a traditional parade, they just go in a straight line. But if Elliot from the Main Street Electrical Parade is backstage spinning like that, I want to see that. That's what I want to see.
Well, the crabs definitely.
Oh, this crab
snail
Yeah.
crab things.
But man, those floats were big spinning floats, and I appreciated that. Anything else you wanted to say about those, Elena or Viva?
I like them.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Let's hear your Spanish.
El gato in my pantalones.
I don't even know what that means.
There's a cat in my pants.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. You better get him out. Speaking of Main Street Electrical Parade, though, we did touch on this last week with the trivia question you had for me.
Hard ticket event.
The hard ticket event, yes. But the official date for the Main Street Electrical Parade return is January 20th. And I like the fact that we have an end date. The end date is June 18th.
Woo!
Of course, this could change. If for some reason it's a massive success, who knows? They could change their mind and keep it for 10 years. Because wasn't it supposed to be limited at Walt Disney World?
Yeah, it was.
Although I don't think they gave it an end date necessarily at
No,
Walt
they
Disney
didn't.
World. So this is cool, of course, because I don't think they've they're calling it the official return to Disneyland, but I don't think they've said they're officially retiring it, have they? No. So
I don't know.
I don't think they have. But there will be special merchandise and special food options inspired by the Main Street Electrical Parade.
Ooh.
And maybe once they give the official goodbye announcement, maybe we'll get to buy the light bulbs again. And can you imagine those poor souls?
I just want to buy a light bulb and then step on it.
Oh, well, that's a viral video right there. I'm destroying the Main Street Electrical Parade.
Fair.
Oh, you'd kill people. That would be mean. And as we mentioned before, there is a special ticket event January 19th, so the day before it opens, after hours. I don't know if we mentioned the price of this.
$95?
$95. The park is essentially still open, so there's a lot of rides and stuff open as well. But I'm sorry. $95 to see the Main Street Electrical Parade a day before?
It's basically see the dress rehearsal.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I feel like they've lost their mind somewhat. It's insanity to me. But speaking of additional events to pay money for, did you hear what's coming back?
The nighttime Disney World ticket
the
things.
Disney After Hours at Walt Disney World, Magic Kingdom. So
We thought we were done with this.
yeah, if you don't know what this is, basically you pay this premium price to stay in
For
the
extra
park.
magic hours that are normally free.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so it's 3 hours beyond when the park closed. You get to come into the park at 7 p.m. So you get more than 3 hours, but it's only 3 hours without the general public. So previously, this was $149. They have dropped the price considerably to $119.
Ooh.
And if you're an annual pass holder or a DVC member, $89. I gotta tell you, I still wouldn't pay $89.
Wait, is this a thing? Do we still get free ice cream?
Free ice cream and beverages, yes.
Okay. I'm just making
I
sure.
think
I'm like,
it's
they lowered the price and then cut the ice cream.
I think it's amazing that you remembered that they gave ice
Are
cream.
you kidding me? That was the main draw.
No. Can you eat $89 worth of ice cream?
No, but I'm just saying that was the main draw.
All right.
I'd rather go to the Tiana one for ice cream than the $49.
I would agree. So yeah, these dates for it are January 20th and 27th, February 2nd, 9th, and 16th, March 2nd, and March 9th. So those are what's on the books. I'm curious to see how it goes this time, but obviously it didn't go well last time if they dropped the prices.
Yeah.
I think they dropped the prices partway through, or at least they offered
No,
AP.
I remember they did like 50% off AP
Yes,
discount.
for AP and DVC, yeah, they had discounts.
It's crazy.
I
So it's
guess
basically the same price. 50% off is like $80.
yeah. God bless them for trying this over and over again, I guess. But
Maybe they just have an overstock of ice cream. They're like, crap, we bought too much ice cream.
I will say it did make me think, like, how cheap are they getting this ice cream for? Because it seems like
Every
everything
event
now
comes
is like,
with ice cream.
and free ice cream. Oh, all right.
Literally, someone just like hit like an extra 0 at the end of like, they're like, just throw it in a freezer. We'll get rid of it somehow.
Yeah, they've got a lot of ice cream backstage. It's costing more money
To keep the ice cream.
Oh goodness, but it's coming back. If
You laugh, but this is probably the exact reason.
that's a lot of ice cream. Like literally every event, and ice cream. This just selling.
Who did it? Who put the extra 0?
Oh goodness, probably the same person who came up with this idea because it's both bad, not so good. But some good news.
Good news.
Paris got some good news. Disneyland Paris is getting ready to celebrate their 25th anniversary.
When did it open?
25 years ago next year. So I think it was 92, if I'm doing it.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, we're the same age.
1992. You're the same age as Disneyland Paris. Oh, boy. Yep.
Yay.
I remember Disneyland Paris opening. At the time, it was Euro Disney.
Yeah.
And so it makes me feel really old.
Yeah.
But,
Super old.
yeah, not super old.
Very old. You might die soon.
Well, you might die soon. You
That's
never know.
true. This got real dark.
Yeah, it did. But crazy. But yeah, Disneyland Paris, I'm so happy for them. They're getting like some good news. This is good stuff. I feel like we don't have enough good news for Disneyland Paris. So let's talk about the festivities that they have coming their way.
What's coming their way?
Well, officially it starts on March 26th, and they're finally getting Star Tours The Adventures Continue.
Yeah.
It's about time. That's all I gotta say about that. They are getting a hyperspace mountain, and from what I understand, I was too much of a wuss when I went to Disneyland Paris to ride hyperspace
Oh my god,
mountain.
their Space Mountain is legit.
That's what I hear. You haven't been though, have
No,
you?
but I know.
Yeah, it has like loops and everything.
Yeah,
right?
you launch from outside. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's more like Rock and Roller Coaster than a traditional Space Mountain. Yeah, I've heard great things about it. Next time I go, I will do it. But they're getting a hyperspace mountain, so that should be kind of cool.
It's lit.
It's lit. And they're getting Disney Stars on parade, so a brand new parade.
New parade.
Pretty awesome. Happy Anniversary Disneyland Paris, a show. Another show. The Starlit Princess Waltz at Royal Castle stage. So that's another new show. And then something they're calling, interesting title, Disney Illuminations. Sounds familiar, but it's nothing like the Epcot Illuminations. As we know, Disneyland Paris has a fantastic castle show that incorporates projection and water, because they have these beautiful water fountains in front of the castle, and fireworks. So they're using all of that stuff for a new show called Disney Illuminations. So let's just go to Paris for your birthday.
Oh, okay.
We'll be like, happy birthday, Patrick Paris. Patrick Disneyland Paris. Disneyland Paris Patrick. Disneyland Patrick. Happy.
Paris tricks.
Paratrick? Paris trick. Paris trick. Disney Paris. We put way too much thought into this.
Anyway.
Yeah. So congratulations, Disneyland Paris. Happy to see some new things coming your way. Of course, this is going to be spread across Disneyland Paris Park as well as the Walt Disney Studios Park. So that'll be cool. Some stuff going on the ocean. The Royal Court Royalty. I actually think this sounds really adorable. If I were a kid, I'd want to do this. Now, this has been going on some of the different cruise ships, but now all of them are going to have it because apparently it's a success. It is opening different dates on each of the ships, but basically it's what it sounds like. It's
a tea party.
It's a tea party with the princesses.
Heck yeah.
And the children are crowned princesses or dubbed knights. So the boys can get in there as well. Of course, there's photo opportunities with the princesses and souvenirs. So I did not get the price on this.
They have the almost exact same thing over at the Grand Floridian.
Oh, okay. You know what? It did sound familiar to me.
It's like a princess tea time.
They've done tea time here at Disneyland recently. I do remember this. I think it was for Easter.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah,
they had different treats as well. We talked about.
Yeah. So tea time, if you ask me, it sounds really smart from a business level because tea is dirt cheap. It's like nothing. And of course,
it's literally like
it's
like herbs. So
kind of like dirt. But there's that, and of course, there's desserts and stuff too. But there's a reason why there's always dessert parties for these things because it's so cheap. So it makes tons of sense from a business standpoint.
Yep.
But yeah,
That's coming.
I wonder if like I went on a Disney cruise and went to tea time, like just me.
You're like, sir, where's your child?
I'd be like, I'm here to
No, just me.
I'm here to be knighted. Excuse me, do you think they would knight me?
If you pay, they'll do it.
Do you think I get like the free toy? They're like, oh no, there's an age limit. And I'd just start crying.
Yeah.
And then they would give it to me.
They're like, oh, sorry.
I don't believe in magic anymore.
Like a plastic sword and a shield.
Yeah, it'd be great. Awesome. But yeah, tea time on the ocean.
Woo.
What else is coming? Oh, DuckTales.
Woo woo.
There we go. You kind of have to do that. Woo. DuckTales. Ooh. Yes, that is coming in summer 2017. We got the official announcement.
Summer.
In summer. You're welcome for that.
Well,
now listen to this. Oh, God. We're terrible.
We're just hitting every
You're
pun.
hitting everything. They have quite a big first season. There's going to be 21 30-minute episodes and then 2 1-hour specials. So that's like a full season order.
Yeah.
They're not kidding around. They are expecting a hit.
Are we
Yes.
Are we getting Tangled in 2017 too?
Yes.
Oh, we are getting
Ooh.
so many good things in 2017.
Tangled. Woo.
I don't.
No?
No.
Oh. No. Tangled. No. Nothing.
Where will my life begin?
There we go. That works. So yeah, it's a huge order for sure. I'm surprised. I thought it'd be like 12 or 13 episodes.
Nope.
And summer, the wait is almost over. And the teaser little trailer that they put out was literally just that little woo thing with like the logo, and you see some coins dropping stuff. It was like gave you nothing.
Nothing.
But it excited people.
Heck yeah.
So that's a good thing. And let's see what else is going on. Oh, speaking of animation, Coco.
Coco.
We got some little details about Coco.
I love hot chocolate.
Not hot Coco.
Oh.
Cute Coco.
Oh.
A little Mexican boy. Is he Mexican?
Yeah.
He's a Mexican boy named Coco, named Miguel. Sorry, his name.
Okay, everything comes
What is the name? What is the
The
title?
grandma.
Oh, the grandma's name is Coco.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Coco Grandma. Grandma Coco. I hope they
Come on, it's Pixar.
Okay.
Literally, so they released this. You see the concept art. It's literally Miguel hugging his like old little grandma in a wheelchair. I'm like, oh my god, she's gonna die.
Oh well, yeah, definitely.
You can't just like release something like that. And, like, it's a Pixar movie. Someone's gonna die. We're all gonna cry. It's gonna be crazy.
Hopefully I have more emotion for her than I did the grandma in Moana, but I digress there. Refer back an episode or two. But I really want them to make a hot cocoa mug with the grandma's face. Like that would be I would buy that. A cocoa mug
What are you
of cocoa.
drinking, Coco?
I'm drinking cocoa. That'd be so good.
Anyway.
No, that needs to happen.
Oh.
Not in any way. That needs to happen. So Miguel dreams of being a musician. Apparently his family is not
Guitar.
for this. And the dream leads Miguel to the land of the dead.
Dun, dun, dun.
How and why that happens, we don't know yet.
Do you remember the clip that they showed at D23? I just remember a bunch of dancing skeletons.
I was going to say it was a musical number, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a guitar, like Mexican stringy guitar, like ding ding.
Wait a second, how does it go?
It wasn't like that. I'm just like stringing guitars, but ding 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 ding. And then I just remember a bunch of dancing skeletons.
Yes,
stuff like that.
I remember that as well. I remembered having a unique style to it, which I appreciate. Not exactly realism.
It was that like style that they go into for like You're Welcome in Moana and like I just can't wait to be king and like Lion King, where it's like
kind of like abstract and it's cool. So that's happening now. I do have to say this title, this story reminds me a little bit of an 80s movie. So basically his family is trying to stop him from playing or learning music. It sounds like the story to Footloose, where like dancing is forbidden. Sounds like music is forbidden from young Miguel's life. We'll see.
But his grandma probably inspires him to play music, where he falls into the land of the dead and meets a crazy sidekick skeleton guy.
But then he finds grandma in the land of the dead because she's dead while he's in the land of the dead.
And
she dies.
they learn music.
And then he never can quit music, because if he quits music, that means grandma doesn't live on. We just wrote the movie, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't think it's that.
That's it. Refer back to this episode in November of 2017. And
I feel like he has to play music to get out of the land of the dead.
Sure, we can add that in there too. and then Grandma's at the exit.
Somehow music.
And then Grandma's at the exit gate, and he's like, come on, Grandma, let's go home. And she's like, I can't, Miguel. I belong here in the land of the dead.
Like when Baymax died?
Oh, that was heartbreaking. But he comes back.
Yeah.
Grandma ain't coming back, though.
No.
This is awesomely terrible. But that's what's going to happen.
And then they end up making a hot chocolate brand after the dead grandma.
Okay.
Mexican hot chocolate. Horchata.
Ooh, I love horchata. Oh, my goodness. But that's not hot chocolate. That's a cold drink.
Hot horchata.
Hot horchata? I wonder if that's a thing. I love horchata, though.
Anyway.
I want some right now.
This is the plot of Coco.
Benjamin Bratt is doing a voice in it. Leon Critch is directing, who we know from Toy Story 3. That's a great thing. November 22nd, 2017. So basically a year from now, or a little less than a year from now.
You know the guy from... There's a sidekick character I think he meets in Land of the Dead, and it's like the guy from Mozart in the Jungle.
Oh.
The Amazon series.
I don't know his name.
If anyone you're familiar
I know, but isn't Bernadette Peters is in that show?
Maybe.
I believe she is. I think so.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. I have a feeling we're going to be disappointed by the real story because I think
Maybe.
ours is awesome. It's just it has to be that way.
I feel like there's not enough crying in ours yet.
we got a dead grandma, but we have a grandma fooling her grandson because she comes and he thinks that she's there to rescue him, but it's not until he leaves that he realizes she can't leave.
And she's the villain.
No, please, no. No, but that may happen. Like, there's a good possibility. Thank you very much. Oh, God. Anyway, let's move on from there to talk about something you wouldn't think I want to necessarily talk about, but I kind of want to talk about.
He gonna talk about it.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yes, indeed.
That trailer dropped it like it was hot.
Did you like it?
Heck yes.
I actually laughed out loud.
I love this new Spider-Man reboot, the third one in my generation, but
yeah, it's true. It's true. Yeah. Here's the thing. I've always, when the Tobey Maguire ones came out, which I don't even know if you were born for.
Yeah, I saw the first one in theaters.
How old were you?
I don't remember, but
I was older than I realized.
I saw it a couple times in theaters. The first one was great.
I loved the first one. I enjoyed the second. It was the third one that was just a train wreck. But, and then I love Andrew Garfield, so I even saw that one. I obviously like Spider-Man because, as you all know, if you're a regular,
Spider-Man's my favorite.
Yeah, I as far as Marvel goes, I would have to agree. I really enjoy Spider-Man. I was happy to see him. Now, there's the first scene that we see where Spider-Man is basically dealing with bank robbers. I laughed out loud so hard because all the bank robbers have masks on, as they often do,
the Avengers,
but they're all dressed as the Avengers, which was really funny.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. And then did we know Robert Downey Jr. was in this movie? Mm-hmm. Okay. I didn't realize that. And I was like, oh, so I'm assuming he's Tony Stark, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Same universe.
That's what I assumed, but I didn't know for sure.
You haven't seen Civil War, have you?
No.
Oh, God.
And I will not.
Wait.
It's a standalone film. It's fine.
No, wait.
No, it's fine.
You didn't get any of this trailer then. I'm just realizing my mind is bling blown. Okay, so
please explain.
There's this is a precursor to Civil War. Like Homecoming is the events right after Civil War because in Civil War, Spider-Man has a segment where he helps fight.
Yeah, I know he made a cameo in that movie.
Fights in the battle. That's why in the clip in the school section where he's like watching the fight that he was in, and then the teacher's like, "Hey, do you want to pay attention?"
Why doesn't he? Why didn't this movie come out first?
Because it's after the events of Civil War.
But before the events of another movie we've seen already. No?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying this was a prequel to one of the ones we've already seen.
No.
Oh.
This is just after Civil War.
Okay.
Next in the next phase.
It's fine.
But basically in Civil War, he's got his powers and he got in his first fight. So now he thinks he can he wants to become a superhero. But Tony Stark's like, no, you're still a kid. Says the intro too. But anyway, you need to watch Civil War if you're going to watch Civil War.
Nah, I won't be watching
Civil War. I'll let you borrow it.
Is there one scene in Civil War I could see and then they'll be like, okay, that makes...
I think if you see the main fight scene.
Okay.
It's a great scene. Ant-Man's in it too.
Deal.
You should watch the whole...
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, man.
You should watch the whole movie.
That probably won't happen.
Great movie.
But I will see Spider-Man Homecoming. And this actor, Tom Holland... I don't recognize. I did check out his IMDb credits. He's done some good stuff, but I just like the fact he's like a real kid. Like there seems to be nothing Hollywood about this kid. I could be completely wrong, but he seemed like a real, just legit kid.
He's British.
He is British. I did notice that, and I was like, of course he's British. All of the good actors are from England and Australia. Ugh, that frustrates me.
But it's also, we actually have, like, a kid Spider-Man. I mean, we've had Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, which are playing, like, high schoolers, but let's be honest.
Yeah, and so how old's this kid? Like 17,
I think
18?
he's, like, 18, 19.
It's probably, I was going to say probably over 18.
18, 19.
Yeah, well, that's cool. I'm looking forward to it. It looks good. And what else happened? Oh, some quick news. An X-Wing is here in Hollywood on Hollywood Boulevard, or at least it was. We recently had the premiere of Rogue One at the Pantages Theater, I believe.
Was it?
Yeah, I hear it was at the Pantages. So last one for Star Wars Episode 7, they used the El Capitan, the Dolby, and the TCL Chinese Theater. They used all three of those because they needed that much room. Pantages is very big. So from what I'm hearing, which is why it was on Hollywood Boulevard, because
Still be on Hollywood.
I know that. Yeah, that would still be on Hollywood. Yeah, That's what I heard. I heard Pantages.
I don't think so.
We will check and let you know if we're wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Pantages. Yeah. So in any case, Rogue One came out. We got X-Wings in Hollywood, just driving down the street. Sounds like a typical day in Hollywood. You'd be surprised the stuff you see driving down the road in Hollywood. I always love it. Every once in a while, I'll just be like driving around and like a bunch of DeLoreans will just pass me, and it makes my day. It makes me very happy. But X-Wing, that's pretty cool too. Mm-hmm. What else is going on? Oh, the Golden Globe nominations came out.
Yeah.
We got some animation nominations for Moana and Zootopia.
Dun, 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 showdown.
Not on the list.
Finding Dory.
Finding Dory. Not on the list.
No Pixar this year.
Even, I'm blanking on her name. What is her name? The announcer.
Ellen DeGeneres?
No, the announcer.
Sigourney Weaver.
Even Sigourney Weaver couldn't save the movie. How sad. I'm surprised. I mean, it's the Pixar movie. Pixar's the one that's...
Honestly, it made the most out of Moana and Zootopia.
Did it?
Mm-hmm. But in my rankings, I would put Zootopia...
It's because it's a sequel.
Moana, Finding Dory.
I'd do Zootopia, Dory, Moana. But yeah, I think Zootopia will win. I think Zootopia deserves to win.
However, you know what? I don't know. I don't know the other categories for songs, but I know How Far I'll Go is nominated. But I don't know if it'll win.
We'll see. There's some stiff competition, so...
How many awards does Lynn have? He has just had a Tony, right?
He's got a Tony.
Could he be an EGOT?
I don't think yet. I mean, he's got Grammys for sure. Okay. He's got Grammys. He's got
maybe not an
Tonys.
Emmy.
I don't think he has an Oscar. Plus,
I'm saying if he got it.
This is Golden Globes, so not an Oscar.
Yeah.
Oh, but in any case,
Golden Globes are more.
I actually enjoy the Golden Globes, but yeah, it's not like the Oscars are bigger in Hollywood. But I just want to mention real weird. You probably noticed this because you love meet and greets, but have you noticed the country bears hanging around here?
Yeah, they're here for Christmas. Resort.
Is it just Christmas? Why? Nothing against country
over
bears.
By Grizzly River.
I get it. I love them.
They're just hanging out for Christmas.
I want to know how many people are confused by this because I can't.
They're over by the waterfall.
I understand. I keep seeing them
DCA.
there. Yeah. I imagine most people are like, who are these guys?
They're just liver lips.
Is this name Liver Lips?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
You not know the names of the countries?
I don't. I know Big Al.
Liver Lips.
Liver Lips.
Ed is one. No, I'm going to get comments. Like, that's not one.
Ed.
I just like Liver Lips.
It's...
blood in the water.
Blood in the water.
No, it's blood on the saddle.
Yeah.
Blood on the saddle. So blood on... I just remember seeing... Last time I saw Country Bears was in Japan, in Tokyo. And so funny.
I just saw it when I was at Walt Disney World, and I still enjoy the show.
Yeah, but it's funnier in Japanese because half of it's Japanese, and half of it's still in English. Great.
It's fantastic. The best thing is when like the voices don't match from one language to another. That's always funny. But they're around Disneyland. If you want to meet the Country Bears, go to a meet and greet over at DCA. But yeah, that's going to do it as far as news this week, unless there's anything you want to add.
I know it's holidays and a lot of holidays.
A lot of holidays. Yes. And I do want to give a shout out to MeBella123.
MeBella123.
Hi, MeBella123. Thank you so much for leaving a 5-star written review on iTunes. Always appreciate it. It makes it easier for people to find the show. So, MeBella123, you rock. If you want to rock like MeBella123, go to iTunes, leave us a 5-star written review. You'll get a shout out on the show too. It is so simple.
So simple.
Pat, it's so simple.
So simple.
I'm going to leave a review there so I can get a shout out on my own show.
That's weird.
And then you should do the same.
It's kind of weird.
It's fine though. I don't even know if we can do that.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay. And let's see. I do want to mention next week is the season finale. Of Disney Coast to Coast. This is the season 3 finale.
End of season 3.
Yeah, and so it's next week, the 21st of December. And we will be back for season 4 on the premiere date will be January 25th. So
New things are coming.
that's right. And during the hiatus, you can still see us. We're going to have mini episodes all hiatus long. So every Wednesday, you'll still get a little bit of Disney Coast to Coast, not as much as before. But I just wanted to mention all that before we get to Trivia time. Now, do you want to hit me or shall I hit you?
I'll go first.
Oh, it has music now? Wait, can I hear it?
No, it was just like the dun 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 trivia time dun dun dun.
Nice.
Okay.
Go ahead. What's your trivia for me?
All right. So we were recently talking about a new trailer that dropped, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Oh, yes. Great. A Marvel question.
So excited.
Looking for Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire.
No.
Oh.
So there's been a little debate. No one really knows. There's been a little speculation that there's multiple villains in this movie.
Okay.
However, one of them or one character was shown. Do you know who that was?
Was shown in the trailer?
Yeah. Do you remember when they're like swinging
No.
around and there's
That's
like,
the thing when they're just swinging and shooting stuff and like hitting each other. I'm just like zone out at that point. It's very boring to me.
But there's a funny story behind it, I think.
Just give it to me. I'm not gonna know.
So it's like is the guy in like this metal like bird suit.
Okay.
His name is the Vulture.
The Vulture.
Do you know who he's played by? Just out of a wild guess.
Neil Patrick Harris.
No.
That was pretty wild though. Give me cred for that.
It's
Jim Parsons.
No.
Oh, that's a wild guess too.
No. Okay. He's a superhero that's like a metal bird.
He's a superhero that's a metal bird. And so that has something to do with the actor.
Yeah, kind of.
Is his last name like Bird?
No.
Superhero that's a metal. Is it The Rock?
No.
Oh, I was thinking because Maui turns into a bird. Come on, that was good thinking.
No.
And he does action
It
movies.
has nothing to do with Disney.
A bird, nothing to do with Disney. I have no idea.
So it's Michael Keaton. Who, if you know
I
from,
saw him in the trailer, and I was like, "Ooh, he looks rough."
So if you know from like 2 years ago,
The Bird.
the Birdman.
Yeah, Birdman and Batman, who flies as well.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember seeing him in the trailer and being like, "Oh, Michael Keaton's in this." Okay.
Yeah, he plays the Vulture, which we don't know is the villain or not. It's still up in the air.
It's still up in the air.
He could be like flying around helping him. Who knows?
And
But I
case
just
he would
thought
just be Batman.
But I was like, Michael Keaton playing another bird, like this ain't Birdman about him being like a bird superhero.
Listen,
Just likes flying around.
Art reflects art. No.
Yeah,
So-
why not?
Yeah. I got a question for you about the Main Street Electrical Parade, which we were talking about earlier.
1 million lights.
Do you know the premiere date of the Main Street Electrical Parade at Disneyland? The opening date of the Main Street Electrical Parade.
1970.
Good. You got the right century. You got the right decade.
3.
So close.
2.
1972.
Hey!
Wait. That was part of the question.
No, that was it.
Do we have more specifics?
It was in the month of July.
Close.
June. There's and it was the 20.
Nope.
The 10th.
Yeah.
The 13th of June.
Nope. Think of Disneyland's anniversary?
The 17th of June.
Not that I'm saying that that's Disneyland's anniversary.
72.
That's right. June 17th, 1972. Disneyland's anniversary is July
was pretty
17th.
good.
And it closed. Guess what year it closed at Disneyland? So it opened in 1972. Take a guess what year it closed.
1980.
No.
90.
90. 1996. November 25th, 1996. That's 82, 92. That's a 24-year run, ladies and gentlemen.
We're over it.
Yeah, but that just means the Paint the Night hasn't stayed long enough. Just putting that out there.
We're over it.
But yeah, very good. Hey, nice guesses.
No, I knew it. I was just like triggered in my brain.
My guesses were good as well. They were just wrong. I enjoyed my guesses.
Jim Parsons?
Yeah, I would love to see Jim Parsons as the villain. He'd be great. He'd be a great Riddler. Different, I know, it's not Marvel. Don't write in. I know, it's DC. It's all good. But anyway, folks, that's going to do it for us this week. Thanks so much for joining us. Of course, between episodes, you can connect with us in places like
Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Listen to us on SoundCloud and iTunes, and connect with us on our blog post that is on Tumblr.
Excellent. And all of that can be found at DisneyCoastToCoast.com. That's going to do it for us this week, folks. Make sure you tune in next week for the season 3 finale of Disney Coast to Coast. We will see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Disney Coast to Coast. Have a magical day.
Minutes.
They introduced some of the new stormtroopers that are in Rogue One as characters. They came out.
They call them AWR troopers.
There you go. And then we had the main reveal of Spaceship Earth being transformed into the Death Star via projection.
Which is perfect if you think about it.
Yeah.
Terrifying if you think about it.
Yeah.
And underwhelming if you've seen it.